So it seems all this like old god worship is going to suffer the worst. Like the people that worship old gods, they contract out to old gods. They revere themselves as like old gods. These aspects of religion that were trying to keep the old gods in power. It seems as if those are the ones that are going to suffer the worst. Because again, people don't know what they don't know, right? You can be warned so many times about how your old gods are going to retire, virtually perhaps die. And if you don't heed the warning, if you're not getting the memo, I feel like these are the people that are going to suffer the worst. I saw a thing about like worshiping ISIS. When a god dies, ISIS died, or whatever, when a god dies and is reborn as a new person, you don't worship Mother Mary, but obviously ISIS was reborn as Mother Mary, right? The mother of like the Germanic human normal people, not the a-hole people. When a god or goddess is reborn, there's a new title, there's a new covenant. First of all, there's a new covenant, dude. And all these people, it's crazy. ISIS retired or died a long time ago. So if all these witchy women are still contracting out to ISIS, that's a bad sign. These old gods, if you keep going to the old version of the new covenant, that's not good for any of you. That's not good. You're not going to get ISIS. You're going to get the Whore of Babylon. You're going to get the Jezebel. You're going to get the Lilith demon. Okay? If you are contracting out old gods, going, the new covenant is with Jesus Christ. Okay? If you keep going back to Zeus, Julius Caesar, Osiris, whoever the frick, you're not gonna get Jesus Christ. You're gonna get the Antichrist. You're gonna get Satan. You're gonna get the the Jewish messianic, and perhaps the Islam messianic. This is what the problem that I have with religions, not just the religion itself, not just the control itself, right? Like no one needs control over people. But when your personalities are undesirable and you become archonic and you begin to siphon the life force out of the people who on the timestamp of the new covenant, that's a problem. When you start to siphon my energy, when you start to subvert my community, the super soldier community, the full disclosure community, when you begin to subvert this community, that's when it becomes a problem. People worshiping old gods. And they have been able to do this for thousands of years, and they're finding out it's not quite working. Maybe they haven't found it out yet, but they're going to find out. If you're worshiping old gods, if you're trying to keep an old thing going, it's not going to work out for you. Because there was a new covenant that was made, okay? And you can think Jesus is Satan. You can think this is some kind of like ultra control factor, but evidence would prove that the most normal, loving, healthy people, we get along with each other, are part of the new covenant. It has nothing to do with control. It has nothing to do with tyranny. How come the most normal, healthy people who get along with each other happen to fall under the covenant of when Jesus made a sacrifice, ascending as God, are doing better, right? How come you come into our vicinities, right? And we project an energy of happiness, love, light, the truth, and you just want to shit on it, right? I'm happy, I'm doing my thing, I'm dancing, and you're sitting in the background thinking, I wish she wasn't happy, I wish she wasn't dancing, I wish she wasn't doing well. Old covenant. That's your old negative AI programming. If you have a problem seeing people happy, healthy, thriving, and making money, and you're not, you're falling into the old covenant. You are maybe not realizing you worship old gods. A lot of people go straight to Jesus Christ, right? And then they can, when they're saved under Jesus Christ, they can still continue to tell the history of the past, right? Because they're coveted by Jesus Christ. They can still continue to tell the history of years past. But the people who are not coveted with Jesus Christ, who just go to the old gods, and they just like touting this, and it's like, you're getting old and crony. In my mind, I'm seeing it, you're aging. In my mind, I'm seeing that you're aging faster and faster and faster. In my mind, I'm given this like image of you people getting older faster, like you're getting old fast. You're aging. Your skin is falling off your face. You're getting old and old and old because you're not it, right? So you'd be like, oh, how come this person does the same thing that I'm doing, but they seem to be doing great and I'm not, right? I'm aging. And they're like, oh, no, we're not aging. Yeah, you are. You're spiritually aging. Yes, you are. Because they were already saved with Jesus Christ. You get into the new covenant first, and then you can tell ancient history. But if you don't get into the new covenant first and you're like touting ancient history, you're worshiping old gods, you're getting Satan, you're getting the whore of Babylon. Okay? If Isis is reborn as Mother Mary, right? The reappearance of the mother on earth, and you're still touting an old covenant and it's not working out for you, right? People don't like you anymore. They don't want to be around you. You're not happy. Why can't you be happy? And you're super jealous of us. It's because you're worshiping old gods. And you have this false sense of security, right? There's a false sense of security that people have with their old gods. And it's deranged, and you can't communicate effectively. It's very bizarre. You move about the world. It's all convoluted. It's like things happen, and you're wondering why, like, you're throwing something at the wall and it's not sticking. It's because you're worshiping old gods and you're not under the covenant of Christ. You get into the covenant of Christ, you can tell ancient history. This is the difference in the full disclosure conferences. People go in and ancient history, worshiping old gods. If you're not saved on the covenant of Christ first, it gets weird. You get weird. And people just don't even see you. There's like a resonance where like you might think you're high and mighty because you think you're somewhat famous or you have a bunch of money, but like when someone walks past you, you're supposed to be this big celebrity in full disclosure, but like we virtually don't even see you. Like I didn't know you were there. Like I didn't even see you. It's an off resonance. Like no one resonates with you anymore because you're not under the covenant of Christ. But the people who can say the same thing that you're saying, but they're seen and they're like, oh my gosh, you throw something at the wall and it sticks because they were already covered under the covenant of Christ. This is why you're seen. This is why you have a good time. This is why these people aren't angry to see other people happy. People are angry to see other people happy. It's so interesting. They're jealous. What's the difference? It's you're not sealed under the covenant. God died and was reborn. It was Jesus Christ. And it's not like some Jesus is Satan, ultra controlling. I'm sorry, just is a phenomenon where like the people can do the same thing that you're doing, but somehow we're seen. Somehow we see each other. Somehow like we enjoy each other's company. How come you don't? Because they don't fall under the new covenant. They can do the same exact thing, but energetically have not fallen under the new covenant. So this isn't like an ultra controlling satanic Jesus. It's just the covenant of love and health and happiness that people resonate with and have absorbed and are saved under and operate freely and abundantly through. It just seems to be the way it is. And going forward, there will be no different. So these old God worshiping people, they might have some kind of status and money, but no one sees you. When people meet you, they don't resonate with you. They're like, oh my God, like I enjoyed that person's talk, but when I met them, it was like lights are on and nobody's home. You're turning into the sense of like lights are on and nobody's home. You're supposed to be a famous so and so, but when we meet you, we're like, it feels like the lights are on and nobody's home. Why does it feel like the lights are on and nobody's home? Because a variety of reasons, but mostly they have not accepted the covenant of the new God 2,000 years ago. You had 2,000 years. You had 2,000 years. I don't care if you're an insectillion, a reptilian. I don't care if you're a gray, a hybrid, a super soldier. You had 2,000 years. So it's not a control factor. It's just who is going to succeed in the new paradigm. It's the people who are already sealed with Jesus Christ. And it's not a control thing. It's just like some kind of like natural phenomenon, like maybe we're not all evangelists going out speaking the gospel, but we're speaking to old history. Maybe we're bringing up like mystical things. Maybe we're bringing up energetic things. Maybe these people never speak the gospel of Jesus Christ because they already got it, right? That's not their job. People speak the gospel of Christ. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. That's what they do. A lot of people have accepted the gospel of Jesus Christ and then they go on and they do other things. Whistleblowing, teaching ancient history, teaching ancient technology, teaching all these different ET groups. They don't evangelize because that's not what God put them here to do. But how come there's a resonance between people who are not evangelizing for the gospel of Christ, but find each other in perfect resonance? Happiness, health, abundance, money, wealth, everything's working out for them because they already accepted the covenant of Christ. These people with their old gods. It's like old gods die hard, dude. And especially with anybody who covets Isis or Ishtar, that's the whore of Babylon. That's the Jezebel spirit. And don't even go to Mother Mary because the mother never wants worship. There is a reason why the quote unquote mother will never rule the world because she doesn't fucking want to. Because that's not her job. That's not her position. The influence will come from the mother, but the authority is for the King of Kings, through Jesus Christ. This is why you will never see a woman ruling the world. It will be the influence of the mother under the King of Kings. The influence will be that of the feminine spirit, the mother, the true mother, not the Jezebel, not the whore, not the money witch, not the creepy death witch, not the Lilith demon, but the influence will be that of the mother. You will never see the mother rule the world because it's the King of Kings that rules the world under her influence. You will never see a woman ruling the world because it only comes from her influence that men will take quote unquote orders from, but not even orders. It's just influence. It's just influence of a culture of life, love, and happiness. An energetic, no more archonic feeding, no more negative archonic feeding. You can't feed off of us. You can't kill our kids, right? We've been living under this ultra satanic, archonic feeding, horror Babylon, Lilith demon, ruining society, and they breed like rabbits. Aleister Crowley was like, breed like rabbits. They're all been breeding like rabbits. And the old gods are their gods. Die hard. They die hard. They die on a pedestal that they put themselves on, which was built on a bed of sand. And it was God's will for them to be in such ignorance because of their sin, because of their iniquity, because of their unlovingness, because of their death urge, built on a bed of sand. This is why they don't see it. This is why they don't understand. This is why people don't know what they don't know. What's up? We got some new people to the channel. Welcome. I'll check your comments. How did you transition to this new belief? Where do you read from? Just my life experience, House of God, the gospel. Yeah, a lot of Christians don't know the gospel. There's a lot of satanic influence in Christianity. A lot of Christians don't even know the gospel of salvation. So totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, appreciate you. The vibe of the gospel has been hid from me. It's like music to my ears. It's great. Greetings from the TSP. Oh, typical skeptic. That's great. That was a great show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. What's your show about, brother? It's just me sharing my thoughts. Greetings to you. What's up? Need to fish? Don't like them either. Yeah, they are iconic. In their like nothing's resonating, like nothing's sticking anymore. It's like I don't care if you're the most famous whistle-blowing full disclosure speaker. It's like I listen to you and nothing is sticking. Nothing is like inspiring. That's what I should say. Nothing's inspiring. Why? It's a podcast I introduced to Lauren on. Yeah, typical skeptic. That was a great one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Not my show. Yeah, I know. New faith, so much faster. I see transitioning into Gaia, but it went this route and I'm happy. Yeah. Yeah, you can talk about Gaia once you're saved by Christ. You can talk about any of these things once you accept the covenant of Christ. But if you don't accept the covenant of Christ and all these women are like going to Gaia, it's no wonder why they're annoying for, to be politically incorrect. They're just annoying women. Gonna check it out. Alternative perspectives to catch up on. Oh, appreciate you too. Nice to see you revamp. Oh, appreciate you too. Great to see you guys. Thanks so much for all your comments. Please like, subscribe, tune in, share your comments, share your thoughts, and I'll talk to you again really soon. Have a beautiful night. Remember, everything is everybody's business. If you want telepathy with ETs, remember, everything is everybody's business. This is full disclosure. Have a good night.